Mr. Chief Minister, is a BJP victory in Assam more important than your survival of your state? You have so many things to do right here in Manipur. You have a state to rebuild. You have a peace process that is barely a whisper. You have an economy that is in the gutter. And yet, you find the time and the energy to travel to a neighboring state to ask people to vote for your party. Where is the peace? Where is the security for common travelers? Where is the functioning government? While the mothers of Manipur are still weeping in relief camp and our youth are staring at a dark, uncertain future, our Chief Minister is busy packing his bags for a political rally in Assam. Is Yumnam Khemchand the leader of a sovereign-willed Manipur, or is he merely a high-ranking employee of the New Delhi establishment, waiting for his next set of instruction? Hello everyone, today we need to have a very raw, very honest conversation. We have seen the headlines, we have seen the photos of the convoy. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand has finally, after months of what can only be described as administrative paralysis, made his way to Jiribam. A 3-day visit, a grand tour, a mission to rebuild trust. But let's strip away the layers of PR and look at the cold hard facts. Why now? Why did it take until April 2026 for the head of the state to visit a part of the state that has been screaming for attention since the conflict began? Jiribam isn't a foreign territory. It is the lifeline of our Manipur. It is our gateway to the rest of the country, and yet, for the longest time, it feels like the government had forgotten it even existed. Mr. Chief Minister, when you look out of your bulletproof window during that long drive, what did you see? Did you see a state that is healing, or did you see a state that is being held together by nothing more than the grit of its people? You travel with a massive security detail, you have the full weight of state's armed force protecting every inch of your path. And then you have the audacity to stand before the cameras and suggest that the road is open and trust is being rebuilt. Let's talk about that road. You have crossed some small cookie villages. You made a spectacle of it. But I have to ask you, and I am asking this on behalf of every Manipuri in this state. How can a common Meitei man or woman cross Kangpokpi today? Your crossing was a choreographed military operation. It wasn't a sign of peace. It was a sign of your privilege. Can a student from Jiribam drive to Imphal for an exam? Can a trader take a truck of essential goods through that road without paying taxes to illegal checkpoint or fearing for their life? The answer is resounding no. By using your state-sponsored security to pass through and then claiming it as a victory, aren't you just mocking the reality of the thousands of people who are still effectively trapped in their own districts? You call it a kick or a punch towards progress, but to the common man, it looks like a slap in the face. How long will it take, Mr. Chief Minister? How long will it take Mr. Khemchand give us a date, not a vague promise of soon, but a concrete timeline? When will the National Highway 37 be a road for the people, not just a corridor for your convoy? Before the Jiribam visit, we saw the Chief Minister in Delhi. He was there to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The official press releases were carefully worded, talk of peace roadmaps and central support. But let's read between the lines. The report stated that the Chief Minister was directed to stabilize the situation. Since when does the Chief Minister, the elected head of the state, wait for direction on how to protect his own home? This brings us to the question that is being whispered in every local tea shop or coffee corner or every household in Manipur. Are you a leader or are you a puppet for the center? In a federal democracy, the Chief Minister is supposed to be the voice of the people. You are the one who knows the geography, the history and the pain of this land better than anyone sitting in air-conditioned office in North Block. So, why it feels like every major decision from the security deployment to administrative changes is on hold until a green light comes from Delhi? If you cannot take key decisions independently, if you cannot stand up and say this is what my people need and this is how we do it, then what is the purpose of your office? The people of Manipur didn't elect a messenger, they elected a leader. When you sit across from Amit Shah, do you speak with the authority of the Manipuri spirit, or do you sit like they are a subordinate receiving a performance review? The administrative slavery to Delhi is stifling the recovery of our state. We need a Chief Minister who leads from Imphal, not one who follows from a distance. If we need proof of this leadership paralysis, we only have to look at the state of Manipur cabinet. It has been 2 months since you were sworn in on February 4th. 2 months of crisis, 2 months of uncertainty, and yet, why is your cabinet still not expanded? We have 12 ministerial berths in this state. Currently, 7 of them are vacant. 7. In the middle of greatest existential threat to Manipur in modern history, we are running a government with skeleton crew. How is this possible? Is it because you are not allowed to choose your own ministers? Is the internal bickering within the BJP so toxic that you are afraid that picking one person will lead to a revolt by another? Or is it once again that the list of names is stuck on a desk in Delhi waiting for approval? This isn't just a political problem. It is a functioning disaster. Who is the dedicated health minister focusing on the medical needs of the thousands in relief camp? Who is the education minister ensuring that our students don't lose another academic year? Who is the finance minister beside yourself who is on the ground 24/7 managing the economy of our state? By holding on to multiple portfolios and leaving sit vacant, you are effectively saying that there is no one else in your party capable of leading, or that you are too weak to make a choice. Our state in conflict needs a full-strength government. It needs a war cabinet. Instead, we have a vacuum. Does this lack of expansion reflect your lack of capability to lead your own party, let alone the state? And now we come to the most galling part of this entire saga. While the cabinet is empty, while the roads are unsafe, and while the people are still wondering when they can go back to their homes, reports are coming in that Chief Minister Khemchand is heading to Assam to campaign for the upcoming election. Mr. Chief Minister, is a BJP victory in Assam more important than your survival of your state? Let's be clear. Let's be very clear about what this looks like to the public. You have so many things to do right here in Manipur. You have a state to rebuild. You have a peace process that is barely a whisper. You have an economy that is in the gutter. And yet, you find the time and the energy to travel to a neighboring state to ask people to vote for your party. Does the double engine only work when it's time to win an election but stalls completely when it's time to protect the people? Think about the farmer in the periphery areas who can't go to his own field for the fear of snipers. Think about the student who has lost their books, their school, and their sense of safety. When they see their Chief Minister smiling on a stage in Assam, talking about development and party strength, what are they supposed to feel? It is a betrayal of highest order. It shows that your priority is the party, not the state. A leader's place is with his people during the darkest hour. You don't leave a burning house to go help your neighbor paint their fence. If you have time to campaign in Assam, you have time to sit in the relief camps in Manipur. If you have the energy to give speeches for vote, you should have the energy to give answers to the people who are suffering under your watch. All of this point, the delay, Jiribam busy, the reliance on Delhi, the empty cabinet, the misplaced priorities, all lead back to one fundamental question. Are you actually capable of leading this state? Answer me. Capability is not about how many security guards you have. It is not about how many times you fly to Delhi. It is about results. Where is the peace? Where is the security for common travelers? Where is the functioning government? So far, we have seen nothing but optics. The Jiribam visit was a photo op. The Delhi visit was a briefing. The Assam trip is a party assignment. None of these things put food on the table for a displaced family. None of these things make the highway safe. Mr. Khemchand, the people of Manipur are not interested in your symbolic gestures. We are tired of hearing that you are working on it. We want to see a Chief Minister who acts like a Chief Minister. We want a leader who doesn't need to be directed by a union minister to know that his people are hurting. We want a leader who puts Manipur above the BJP's electoral interest in other states. If you cannot expand your cabinet, if you cannot secure the road for the common man, and if you cannot prioritize Manipur over an election campaign in Assam, then perhaps it's time to admit that the task is too big for you. To the people watching this, we cannot let this question go unanswered. We must demand that our leaders stay here, in this state, and do the work they were elected to do. We must demand a government that is full, functional, and focused. What do you think? Is the same visit to Ziram a sign of real change, or is it just another distraction? Let me know in the comment. We need to keep this conversation going. We cannot afford to stay silent while our state is treated like a political pound. Stay strong. Manipur, the road to real peace is long, but it starts with holding our leaders accountable. Thank you for watching.